Hey, how's it going, everybody? Finally got to pick up some video for you guys. Mostly going to be VR stuff here for PlayStation. Acquired a nice little pile of games since my last video, and also finally got my hands on an aim controller, which I'm really happy with. Lucked out, and one of the guys that works at my local GameStop brought one in to trade or sell or whatever, and it's in really good shape. So anyways, on that. Still what I've tried it out on so far. Doom VFR, which had fun playing this with the aim controller. It just looks awkward. Unless you can go into the options and change it up a bit on the position, it just looked awkward. Either that or it was seeing me wrong on the camera. I don't know. But it made it look like the gun was literally sticking out of my chest, like I'm holding it like this instead of to one side or whatever. Otherwise, felt more natural playing this game. I've tried it with the Move controllers, and I was all over the place, getting my ass kicked. So far, it's either the aim controller or standard controller, where I'm just playing it like a regular old first-person shooter, and then just using the VR helmet to aim with or whatever. So, this next game definitely made it better. Hence, this one's made for it. It's Farpoint, and on it being better, hence I was finally able to get past that big freaking creature that comes out of the cave. Trying to do it with the regular old controller, where using that to move around plus tilting it to aim, it was just awkward as hell. And I kept wanting to get off center all the time with me. Anyways, with the Move controller, man, pretty freaking precise. And, I don't know how much further I got to go. I've gotten up to the point where I'm fighting with the daughter, supposedly, of a couple of the characters in the game. I just found her, and now we're having to fight off all kinds of aliens and stuff. And for anybody who hasn't played this, man, there's one level not too far past the big creature that comes out of the cave to where it makes you feel like you're in the freaking Terminator movie, the original one, where they're showing the soldiers fighting the big robots and stuff. Man, it's right out of the Terminator. It's really freaking cool. Right, this game, it's a PS2 remake, and it's got it to where you can either play it normally or play it in VR. I've only been playing it in VR, and it's pretty damn cool. It's a Zone of the Enders, the second runner, Mars. Definitely one worth picking up. This one I literally got just a few days ago, and I've gotten as far as, I believe, the church, where you see the first person get annihilated by a monster because she wouldn't let me go first, or something glitched and I didn't get the choice. She kept asking me, and it's like, okay, I'm going to go first. I'm trying to step in front of her. Nope, not going to happen. So, okay, you go get yourself killed, lady. Otherwise, not bad. It's kind of one of those slow type ones. It's got a few jump scares in it and gross out moments. Otherwise, it's not bad. And I played it long enough to where I didn't start feeling motion sickness until my neck just started getting stiff and whatnot, and then that was bringing it on. Otherwise, if I was feeling really good, I'd probably do okay to be able to just go through the whole game. Because you're not really moving around fast, at least not yet. I haven't had anything where you're running. It's all slow movement, and that doesn't bug me. Anyways, it's Impatient. This game for $20, as far as I'm concerned, badass. And another one where I had to take it out into the living room and play it because it wasn't seeing me good enough on the camera, mainly to work on the robots that you're fighting in. Couldn't see my arms stretched out enough to pick up the tools, or just down low enough to pick up the tools. Hence, I'm crowded in here. But once I got in the living room, man, it was a blast. This is Wolfenstein Cyberpilot. As far as I'm concerned, definitely worth picking up if you got VR. It's a fun game. I've gotten up to the point to where, spoiler alert, you're not human. one of the last robots. In fact, I think it is that robot that I fought in last. You end up having to escape an explosion, and then it shows you back in the little room, strapped to your chair or whatever, and it's like, oh, whoa, I'm the Terminator. Your hand is just all burned up, and it's all robotic and stuff, and you realize you're a freaking robot that they've taken control of. Otherwise, pretty cool. Now this one, for all the shit that people have been giving it, I don't know why, other than, yeah, it plays a little different. It's still based on the original game, since you're playing as his daughters, duh. But yeah, it does play a bit different. And all I could say is stay really freaking close to your sister, because you're going to be getting your ass kicked a lot. And it's kind of, you got to do that team spirit type shit and fight together, especially on bosses. I've been having fun with it. My only complaint is their goddamn stupid codes for downloading stuff. Somebody had already used it. As if you really want the deluxe version, you gotta buy it new. You can count on somebody using the code, and I've only looked at a few times with my PS4 to where the code worked more than once. Otherwise, usually once it's been used, you're screwed. Which on this, all it does is give you a cyborg skin pack, where you get the suit, the helmet, a gun, a knife, and a little axe there. I think you can earn it. It just takes a bit to earn. And then you get this buddy pass to have somebody that you can invite to play online, which I don't play online. I've never wanted to play online. I could care less. I'm more of a loner when it comes to my games. For me, it's relaxing. Helps me with my insanity. And speaking of knives, one thing that was a plus for me, and it took a bit of ass kicking to earn it. You build up like a little point system or whatever, then you can apply that towards getting a new weapon or upgrading or whatever. Anyways, they have a balisong, and she actually flips it. And it's a decent flip. The same flip, but a decent flip so far. I think it's like 2,500 points or something that I have to earn to get it. It's one of those not old school looking, more of a military looking type balisong knife where it's all skeletonized and whatnot. So, as far as I'm concerned, worth picking up for the price, man. I mean, this is $30, brand new. If you get the regular one, I forget how much the deluxe costs. I think it's maybe $10 more. Because they obviously knew that that code wouldn't work, I basically got this discounted if it was just the regular version. And then this normally $20 for Cyberpilot, so it gives me all the Wolfenstein games. This game, I picked it up because it was cheap. And I had a $5 credit that I'd earned with my points on GameStop, so it only cost me like just over $2. I figured, what the hell, man? It's definitely worth a little more than $2. And not bad so far. I got up to the point to where after all the little demo things to get used to playing as the character, because this you can either play as the creature or one of the hunters. And I don't know if I like playing as the creature or the hunter yet. It's like playing as the hunter, you're with a group of people, and when you find the creature, it's like you're all over the frickin' place, and the creature's all over the frickin' place. And that was actually giving me some nausea, because just too much looking around, like, where the hell is it? It was driving me nuts. Otherwise, it's got potential. Let's evolve. It's winner of over 60 awards. That's why I find multiple copies of this in my local pawn shops. This one, I got quite a ways in here playing the VR until it just was something stupid that stopped me. Hence, the camera couldn't see me good enough. It was trying to open up a gate in one of the sewer levels where you're having to turn the wheel and wouldn't let me do it. Kept freezing up on me. Otherwise, playing it out in the living room, no problem. Because you got to use the move controllers with this one. There's this Killing Floor double feature. You get Killing Floor 2, which no VR in that, it's just outright Killing Floor 2. And then Killing Floor Incursion, which is the VR version of it. And kind of weird when you're sitting down because you got all the weapons like they're strapped to you. So if you want to grab your shotgun or an axe, you reach behind you with the move controllers, or you reach down by your side for your gun. Or if you're sitting in a lazy boy chair like me, you slam your fist into your dick trying to find the fucking gun because everything's placed weird. It's expecting you to stand up, but it was letting me play it sitting down, so I figured, what the hell? But you look down and everything's just placed weird, like your gun holsters are on your man boobs and just weird. So that's the only downfall for me on it, is trying to play it seated. Standing up, I'm sure it's a blast, but with my chronic pain, I just don't last long standing up. I got to be walking around. Now this one, I'd say it's more of a kickback type VR game. And so far it's been mostly third person on the perspective. And then I had a few levels that were side scroller style. And you're just using the VR helmet to look around, to aim. Otherwise you use your standard controller. Not bad. This is Gungrave VR Loaded Coffin Edition, where you get 2 games. So when you install this, it has showed 2 separate games on your list. And this one's got potential. It got me laughing. Let's say I've gotten up to the point where I got all this porn deleted, and then the computer exploded. So now I'm having to figure out how to repair the computer, and that's where it put me to a screeching halt. Because it's expecting you to be standing up once again to where you can dunk down or lean over and pick up stuff off of shelves or the floor or whatever. Otherwise, pretty freaking cool. This is Rick and Morty Virtual Reality. Definitely one worth picking up. Okay, now for a non-VR game, and I happen to have the GameStop edition of it. And I think I got this on a sale weekend or whatever where it was $30. I'm sure I paid about $30 for it. And they gave me the choice to where I could have this one or just the regular version, which this one, it's the regular version of the game. There's no add-on content or anything. You just get a little goodie with it. Anyway, it's got Rage 2. And I'm playing it on easy, and I've been getting my butt kicked. So now that I'm used to some of the levels and how it plays out and how to take out the bad guys, I'll try it on hard and see how far I get. The last boss was a bit too easy once I figured out where to shoot him. Otherwise, this is one where don't just play it to just beat the game going through the regular old scenario. Do any of the side quests that you can find, man. It's been giving me lots and lots of hours of gameplay, and it's fun. Really good game. Anyways, this is the Wing Stick edition. And, I thought this thing was going to be just a little frickin' hang on your wall type thing or whatever, set on a shelf. It's actually decent size, and it works just like the Wing Sticks in the game. Anyways, here it is all folded up. And you press that little button there to open it, which right off the bat, almost feels like it's got maybe a plastic rib going up into the blades. They're pretty solid. Otherwise, it's kind of like Nerf type foam. But if you're going to use it like a Frisbee, you want to be somewhere to where it's going to land on something soft like a thick lawn. Because that little button right there is just plastic, and I could see it snapping off real easy if it hit something hard. Let alone if that area hit something hard. I could just see it flying to pieces. So the spring they have in this to open it up is pretty damn strong. So any little crack, it's going to blow apart. I'm sure of it. size. Pretty cool. Say decent size. Otherwise, that's it on all the new games that I've picked up recently. And I do have other stuff to show. I've been trying to shuffle in here, so some of it's gotten buried. Or some of it, I'm still trying to at least get it half-ass repaired. Speaking of things, for anybody that saw my video on the portable record player, where the cover comes off and it's just one you could carry around and it's got an AM, or yeah, just an AM radio built in. I found another one where it's just a record player and it seems to be just as scarce or rare. It's just I'm having audio issues with it. I got it to play, but the sound, there's something wrong with it, like a bad capacitor or something. Or maybe it just needs to have the living crap cleaned out of it. But that's something to where I cleaned up the outside of it, the shell, because it was pretty dirty, as it also goes back to the 60s. But the inside, I haven't really messed with it much, other than just take a peek. And it's something to where I'm going to have to be feeling really good. My chronic muscular pain, I'll get twitchy. So I sure as hell don't want to be working on small little wires. And man, some of the wires on it are like freaking cat ass hair thickness. So I don't want to break it worse. Otherwise, it didn't cost me much. It was another one I found at Goodwill. So I'll be showing that pretty soon. And then, like I say, I've got other stuff I want to show. It's pretty much been games recently. Goodwill's been pretty good to me, but man, it's really hard to get a good deal there anymore. One of my recent deals, I had to go back to the video that I did on the previous of the same kind of stuff, and all it did was piss me off, like, you greedy bastards. It's where somebody at my store knows it's a thrift store and has low prices. Somebody else that works there jacks them up either to eBay or higher, like outright retail. I'm finding stuff there that's actually either retail, like better just to go to Walmart and buy it new, as that's the price they want, or they want more than that. Like somebody there's freaking crazy when it comes to the numbers, which that's Goodwill. Goodwill to everybody but us. So have a good one, everybody. I hope you guys are finding good stuff out there. I haven't been out to yard sales or anything, man. It's pretty much just been Goodwill or pawn shops. I haven't even tried going to the swap meet or any yard sales. It's just too friggin' hot, man. We're finally going to have it down to the 80s. Other than that, it's been either high 90s or over 100 degrees every friggin' day, and I can't deal with it. It's just too hot. So winter time's usually when I do all that anyways. Later, everybody.